I'm encouraged by you taking on Dame Flub to help with your self-care. That's a positive step in the right direction.
Yeah, Flub is a lifesaver. The Sibs are amazing as confidants and sympathetic sets of long furry ears, but they're just as bad as I am with the self-care. I need someone to sit on me and make me look after myself. She was amazing when I had that flashback about Santos. Seal the portal, seal the portal. Honestly, I thought I'd worked through all that, but I guess I haven't. Who's missing?
Where's Santos?
He was just right behind me. Where is Xantos?
My lords, I'm sorry. Natalia's fallen, and Xantos is lost.
They're coming through!
Open fire! Seal the portal!
That would be wonderful if it worked that way. But you know as well as I do that it's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back with the therapy process.
Yeah. I don't have time for this shit.
Seems to me you don't have time not to spend on this shit. You're the one who told me the realm needs you. If that's true, they need you as healthy as you can be, and that includes your mental health.
Yeah, you're right. I'm working on it. And I've been working on it, even though I wasn't here. I'm trying to pace myself, trying to not get so burnt out. I'm trying to prioritize more effectively, too. The ADHD makes that difficult, and I can't keep prioritizing by deadline, but I'm trying. Senna's been helping me out a lot with that, actually. She's got a real level head on her shoulders. She's keeping me grounded. You know, it's Tempest who got me to come back, right? They noticed I wasn't sleeping again, and they asked when I was going back to therapy. So I asked them when they were going to start, and we made a deal.
Is that what sparked your sudden call out of the blue? Well, good for them, and good for you too. But Sable, you've got to want to do this for yourself. You can't do it just because you promised Tempest.
Well, now that I'm here, I do. Tempest was totally right. I need this. And you're right. The realm needs me to do this, I guess. I guess I just wasn't ready for another battle yet, you know? But I'm ready now. I killed 1 demon this year already. What's a few more?
Oh? What demon is that?
The Night King. We got him, Velma. We got the bastard. He hoisted himself on his own petard.
Well done, Sable. And how do you feel about that?
Pretty damn good, to be honest with you. That son of a bitch has caused more pain and grief. I feel like I killed my own personal Satan. I suppose I shouldn't feel as good as I do about that kind of violence, but it's not like he gave us other options.
You know, I haven't asked you yet, Sable. How do you feel about that kind of violence?
I'm not a fan of violence, but I believe it's sometimes necessary. I'm no pacifist. I learned that lesson in high school. Sometimes the only language a bully understands is a fist to the face. And supernatural threats are worse. Most humans will back down when they get the idea that you're willing to take it wherever it has to go. Demons and undead, they don't understand that. I hate fighting, so if you make me fight, I'll hit you till you stay down. But I'd rather do just about anything else first.
Okay. Now, healthy aptitude. As healthy as it can be under the circumstances. I was a bit concerned. You have a reputation for being aggressive.
Well, I don't really have a flight response anymore. We've been over that ground before. My mom never let me retreat, bullies wouldn't leave me alone until I beat up their leader, you know the drill. But I still don't like it much, Velma. It's never my first solution.
Okay, that's good to hear. A lot of soldiers get numb to the violence after a while, or even start to thrive on it.
Velma, I've got the best incentive in the world to avoid that. If I don't care, I can't heal. I have to care. I just have to. I've even found ways to expand my empathy, you might be glad to know. I've healed people beyond my immediate family and closest friends now. A friend of a friend seems to be close enough, or people I feel gratitude towards.
Full, actually.
It still doesn't feel like enough, but I'm working on that too.
Even litromancers have limits, Sable. You always do your best, and that is all anyone can do.
One day at a time, right?
That's right. One day at a time. Sometimes 1 minute at a time.
I'll keep telling myself that.
Well, hello. I'm a little bit surprised to see you again. You didn't... Well, you were hardly the easiest client, to be honest. I almost canceled on you this time, but Velma convinced me to give you time. And I saw her point.
My sister gave me crap. I sort of promised I'd go for as many sessions as she did, and for as long as she did. I owe her like half an hour, but honestly, if you're not feeling up to dealing with, well, me, just give me a referral or something.
Oh, there's no need for that right now, but I'll keep that in mind. Still, Velma made a great point. You have trauma, not just with doctors, but also probably a bit surrounding therapists, hospitals. The people there are designed to deal with emergencies and extreme cases. Well, I don't doubt you were an extreme case.
Oh, filk me, I practically burned the house down a few times. I was a mess. Uncontrolled magic and severe trauma is a terrible combination.
Oh dear. Well, my point was, people in those situations, assuming they ever recover, often have a difficult relationship with therapy afterwards.
That's probably true, yeah.
So, let's start over. Do you mind? Did I properly introduce myself yet? I don't think that I did. My name is Tara Murphy, and I'm a licensed therapist and a litromancer. I write solar punk, and that's one of the ways that I vent my own trauma.
Sure, why not? Let's start over. My name is Tempest. I'm Queen Sable's sibling. El Herrera's left hind teat. It feels weird to call her by her title. But I was raised as an experiment by the company. I don't like talking about what happened.
We don't have to start there, especially if you're not ready for it. We should take a while to get to know each other. Why don't we start with something easier? You're married, right? How did you meet?
When I went to the Leet Speak reality the first time, he was the second, maybe, person I met. He worked nearby. Sometimes he'd get runaways at his work and send them to Grace. Oh, Grace is my den mother. She kind of adopted me. She'd have literally adopted me, but I sort of vaguely don't exist there officially.
I think I remember you mentioning her before. How is your relationship with her, may I ask?
Well, I keep going back to her for a reason, I've decided. Grace... Sable says she saved my heart. I think I agree. I was terrified when I landed in her courtyard, but I trusted the spell that brought me there.
May I ask about the spell? I'm curious.
I wrote that I wanted to go somewhere safe.
It sounds like you were very afraid at the time.
It was right after I saw the only person who had ever been kind to me get shot and then eaten by the overflow.
Wow. So you really don't pull your punches, huh?
Not really. I've confronted this a lot of times. It just...
You know, ignoring your trauma isn't good for you. But bludgeoning yourself with your trauma, it isn't wise either. Maybe I can teach you some better coping strategies?
I hate that term so much.
Okay. What would you like to call them instead? Tools? Spells?
You can't be serious.
I most certainly can be. We can call them anything that you want.
Okay. How about recipes? They're like the steps to baking a cake or whatever, only instead you're... Baking probably isn't the word I want here. Anyway, it's a recipe for a better, healthier mind.
Perfect. Well, how about I teach you a few recipes? Are you open to that?
Food ones or brain ones?
I am a pretty terrible cook, but I will give you one food recipe for every brain recipe you are willing to let me teach you.
I'll get you a list of recipes I want to learn then. Alright, what's a good brain recipe for me? And I need a recipe for panna cotta in return.
Well, to start, I imagine you already meditate as a magic user. What do you think of when you meditate?
My breathing, mostly. Sometimes I talk to my inner fire. They're a kick. Basically they're me, so I'm not sure how amused I should be, though.
All right. Well, my brain recipe for you is to meditate at least once a day, preferably before bedtime. And think about, something that's soothing for you.
So, smooth jazz? Should I put on some Kenny G or something?
Well, don't harp on Kenny G, but it sounds like that would just annoy you from your tone. So, what do you do to relax?
You're funny.
You must do some things to calm down.
I mean, I used to read, but now I do literary analysis of any book I pick up. I know how to knit and crochet, but I think I'm allergic to wool or something. I always sneeze and then burn the yarn. I use a lot of void nip.
What about video games? Or television? Movies?
I loathe television. Movies are okay, but I get sensory overload with those sometimes.
Okay. And video games?
I have better things to do with the RAM on my laptop, and I don't own any consoles.
Aren't you a pranks? I know a lot of Lapin infrastructure comes from the crown, but can't you afford to buy something? What about phone games?
Phone games are dumb. I guess I could buy a console, huh? I'm not really used to having any money. I think I never had any in the Leet Speak reality or anything else. Hells, I think Buddha has bought more furniture for our rooms in the burrow than I have.
Well, what's another recipe you want to learn? I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't do prescriptions, but I am prescribing you one video game console at least once a day. Then meditate about it later. I've heard good things about Critter Crossing.
I heard about Kashmiri masala. See if you can find me a recipe without ginger in it. And yeah, I'll give that a try. And, thanks, Datera, for the recipes. Or should I call you Murphy?
You're welcome, Tempest. Datera is just fine. We should talk about schedules before you go.
Oh? Are we almost done?
I was thinking it might be wise to only do half-an-hour sessions with you to start. If you can manage to get away often enough, twice a week. More if you would like.
You know I can essentially teleport, right? And Sable will make sure I have the time. All bets are off in November, though.
Yes, I'll probably be a little busy then myself. Very good. When are you available to see me next?
I'll check my calendar. What's today? Tuesday? How about Friday then?
Same time work?
Sure.
I'll see you then. And I'll see you then, won't I?
Yeah, I guess you will.